Hi, this is my research proposal on the use of technology to improve instruction in early childhood education classrooms. I am Megan McCarter. Technology is a very effective and efficient resource for educators to use in their instruction. There's a variety of technological advances at their disposal that can be used in numerous forms of instruction. The use of technology can improve teacher instruction in many ways. Many educators are not taking advantage of this technology because of the lack of experience they have with technology and the lack of knowledge that they have. There are resources available for educators that could provide great learning experiences dealing with this technology, but the educators aren't sure how to find it and they're not given the proper information about these resources. There would be more educators using this technology, therefore improving their instruction, if these resources could be made more easily accessible and if people that worked within the education system would provide these resources or provide information about these resources. I felt that research could be done that would explore the problem of teachers not using technology in their classroom, and with that research, that could provide some information to teachers about it. Also, I just feel that technology is a great tool to be used in a classroom and for instruction, and can drastically improve the instruction itself, but also student learning and the rate of growth. While reviewing research for my literature review, I thought of 3 research questions that could work for this type of study or research proposal. The first question that I came up with was, does technology improve teacher instruction? The second question that I came up with was, does technology improve student learning and growth? And by growth, I just mean that they start at the beginning of the year at a certain level and they grow at a good pace and obtain a lot of new skills and how to apply these skills throughout the year. All of these things can be assessed by the end of the year by the teacher. And then the third question I came up with was, are there enough resources provided to these educators to learn about the technologies that are used in instruction? These research questions will be addressed in the research proposal and the possible study of this research. The research that needs to be done for this problem or study can be done through the use of conducting interviews and the use of a questionnaire. This research will help to determine whether technology does in fact improve instruction and if educators are provided opportunities to learn about these technologies. The interviews and surveys will be conducted in Muskogee County School District at various schools with the educators that are employed at those schools. Interviews will be used to discuss the educators' student growth in terms of their grades, knowledge, applying learned skills, test scores, and engagement. The interviews will also investigate the teachers' views on technology and if resources are available and easily accessible for those particular educators to learn more about technology. The questions that will be used in the survey given to the educators will include inquiries about the type of technology being used for instruction, how often the technology is used, and how comfortable their usage of this technology is. The participants in this study will include a variety of educators from different elementary schools in Muskogee County School District who teach various subjects and grades. These subjects include core classes and also art and music. The grade levels will range from kindergarten through 5th grade so that a variety of educational instruction will be included in the research. The interviews will be done at the selected schools and all of the school's employed educators will be offered a chance to participate. After the interviews have been completed, researchers can begin conducting surveys at the schools for the participants of the interviews and so that they can compare the answers with the interview answers. The surveys will give researchers the information needed to review teachers' usage of technology in those particular schools. The comparison can be used to see if the teachers who do frequently use technology have had proper technology training provided to them and if they're comfortable using this technology. and if the students in their classes have had higher improvement and engagement in their classrooms. The type of research done for this study will be a mixed methods approach. There will be both qualitative and quantitative methods used in this research. The interview will be unstructured and conducted using a qualitative approach. The survey will be more structured, using some of the results from the interview to form questions, and will be a quantitative approach. The participants in this research will be both male and female, various ages ranging from 21 to 60. They will all be college graduates and will all have varying degrees of technological experience. The participants involved in this research will all be presently employed educators in the Muskogee County School District as well. The participants in this research will be current educators from 15 of the 32 elementary schools in Muskogee County School District. The schools used in this research will be selected from a sampling frame, a list of elementary schools in the district, using a simple random sampling technique to determine which of these schools will be included in the research. Researchers will use a random generator tool to choose these schools at random. All educators at these selected schools will be offered a chance to participate in the study. All of the interviews conducted with each educator will have the same questions, conducted at their school buildings, and will be done in their classrooms or whatever area they suggest will be the best place for them. The surveys will also consist of the same questions on each questionnaire. The surveys can be done in a location of their choice and returned by placing it in a locked box with a paper slip hole left in the teacher conference room of each school. The surveys will be collected from the schools by the researchers on a given date or when all surveys have been completed. The instrumentation used for this research will prove to be reliable if all the questions are the same on each collection method given to the participants. The research will also, or the results from the research will also be valid if the researchers assessing the results involve researchers who are in the same career field and they have the same preferences towards education and technology. The interviews will be conducted at each school over a 4-week period. The researchers will go to the schools and sit in on each interview while one researcher asks the questions for each interview. All the other researchers can take notes while questions are being answered, and then one of those researchers will be responsible for recording the interview. The interview will consist of 12 questions, and the participants will be given time to speak freely about the topic if they feel something wasn't covered that they wanted to address at the end of the interview, considering there's time left. Each of these interviews will then be reviewed after they are all completed by the researchers involved. The survey that will be given to these participants will have 10 questions on it, and the participants will have an undetermined amount of time to complete the survey on their own. They will return their completed survey into the locked box at their school location right after they are finished answering the questions. There will be a time frame to turn in the survey, but will not have an allotted time frame from start to finish of their questionnaire to complete it. Each of the research questions will be analyzed at the completion of the research and data collection. The questions will be answered by reviewing the interview responses and survey responses, and then comparing and contrasting to determine the answers to the research questions. The panel of researchers will work together to come to these conclusions and will each do their part in this process. Researchers will search for consistency in the interview responses and survey question answers. If there is a high consistency in responses to questions, that will be a reliable conclusion to take from the research. If almost all the participants in the research study agree that technology is an important tool in improving instruction, and almost all teachers use this technology frequently, that answer would be consistent. If almost all or all of these participants have had successful student growth since the implementation of technology in their classrooms, it would be a reliable conclusion that student growth occurs with the use of technology. If most of the participants state that there are not enough resources provided to educators for learning opportunities for technology use in the classroom, it would be a reliable conclusion that more resources should be provided to educators for that specific purpose.